Hogan for the Boxing Voice. I'm delighted to be here with Jimmy Lee, about to make his debut in a couple of weeks here on the Boxer Show. How are you, Jimmy?
Yeah, not too bad. Not too bad.
So tell us a bit about your amateur background and what you achieved and why you decided to turn pro now.
Well, I had 50 amateur fights, 47 wins, 8 national titles, European gold, Tri-Nation gold, multi-box cup champion, and then obviously the pro was the next step, what we wanted to take as soon as we was 18, you know. That was a choice we made. I know it's probably a young age, but I've got a good team behind me. My dad, my Uncle Johnny, Uncle Casey, and that's what route we decided to take.
And actually, although you say it's young, I've been talking to quite a few top-level coaches, and they all agree this modern phenomenon that a lot of guys stay in the amateurs for too long. I actually think you should turn pro young because this is a young man's game. So exciting times for you, especially at the lighter weight classes.
Well, look, I could have stayed amateur, gone to the Olympics, but I would have had to wait 4 or 8 years. And time I would have done that, I would have been like 24, 26. Then my pro days are over. So start young, fresh, strong, powerful, fit, got the youth behind you. And then obviously you can do a lot more in those years you were waiting to go to the Olympics, you know. So that's what we decided to do, and that's what I always wanted to do since I was a young boy.
That tells me you've got your head screwed on better than most of these older guys. Yeah, you're absolutely right. So when did you start boxing?
I got asked the same question in the last interview. 3 years old, believe it or not. I walked into the gym with Johnny Edwards. I put the sparring gear on and got in the ring sparring. And I can remember there was a gym show in Repton. About 3 years old, I decided to go there and get in and have a spar.
And you obviously loved it and were a natural and went from strength to strength. So how did this deal with boxing come about?
Well, Johnny Edwards, you know, he's got Ebony Jones with them, and they come along, they had a chat with us, and we decided to go with them. And that's what we've done.
I mean, your pro debut on Sky Sports, I mean, gonna feel the pressure, or you'll take it all in your stride?
There's no pressure. I just take it all in my stride. Take every step as it comes. Take every round as it comes. We've had a good camp, 8 weeks of training twice a day with my dad, my Uncle Johnny, Casey Kingdon, and I just can't wait. Fit, ready to go, and all that's left to do is fight now. The last bit of sharpening the last couple of weeks. Weight is spot on, so there's nothing more I can ask for.
I mean, your fight's being billed as being at featherweight, but do you think, because you're obviously young, do you think for championship fights, I know you're probably quite away from it, but could you boil down, get a bit smaller?
Featherweight is what I'm at. That's what I'm going to be fighting at. I'm making it easy. Probably could get down a little bit more if I had a longer count, but at the minute we're going to stay at featherweight, and obviously when the road goes on, we'll see what happens.
Mm-hmm. And why not? Featherweight's one of the traditional divisions of the sport, so definitely a glamour division. Tough division as well. Do you follow the domestic scene?
Yeah.
You see the fight at the weekend?
I did, yeah.
Yeah. What do you make of that fight?
I thought Conlon was winning. I thought he was winning the fight, but obviously Lee Woods caught him with a good couple of shots in the last round and put him out. But that's boxing. One punch can change it all, you know. Mm-hmm. Whether you're at just starting your career or you're at the world title scenes, one shot can change the whole fight. Mm-hmm. So that's why you've got to be screwed on, fit and ready to go. Yeah,
we've seen obviously the past year or two, a couple of top-level British guys coming up against Mexicans, for example, getting blitzed. Obviously it happened to Isaac Lowe a few months back, Josh Warrington. What about yourself stylistically? How would you describe yourself?
Long, rangy, southpaw, sharp, can fight, can box, can do anything, but obviously as the road goes on you've got to adapt to different styles, different opponents, and I'm only 18 years old, I'm fighting men, so I've got to use my boxing ability to get through it.
Have you got any sparring in with any of the top guys?
I've only been sparring with people. John's been getting me in from training, but at this level, I don't need to be sparring world champions because I'm not at that level. When I get to that level, then obviously we'll change it up, spar world champions, and go where we need to go for sparring.
Mm-hmm. And who are the fighters that you really admire and that you try and take things from?
It's a tough one because there's a lot of good fighters out there, but you can only go by what you do yourself. You know, you're only as good as what you make yourself. You can't make yourself any better than what you are. You either got it or you ain't in this sport.
Well, you've been a tall, rangy southpaw. I can tell already you're going to be a nightmare for most.
Well, I've tried to be, anyways.
So, obviously, you've got that great amateur pedigree. Usually, when kids come in with good amateur pedigree, they do move fairly quick, but you're so young, you don't have to. Do you have any particular aims by the end of the year, or are you just going to take it fight by fight?
I'm just going to take it fight by fight, see how it goes, and that's it really. It's pointless me rushing things. I'm only 18 years old, I've got my whole career ahead of me. So there's no point of rushing, no point of pushing things too fast. We'll have a couple of fights, hopefully 3 fights this year, hopefully, and then we'll see what next year brings.
And just on the featherweight scene again, obviously the same day you're making your debut, Josh Warrington's fighting Kiko Martinez. Got a prediction for that?
I think Josh Warrington will stop him with inside 8 rounds.
Oh wow, okay.
Personally.
Bold prediction, I like it. And if you were to say there's a fighter who's the best in the division, who would you go for?
It's a hard one, isn't it? Because there's good fighters out there. Like I said, on Saturday night, Michael Conlon was beating Lee Woods. He was winning every round, to my opinion. But obviously in the last round he got caught. Anything can happen, you know. There could be a journeyman in there with a top-class fighter. You can get caught and it's all over.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and timely reminder for everyone in this game to stay focused, which I'm sure you will be.
Yep.
All right, well, anything you want to add?
No, that's it. Just be ready for the 26th.
Yeah, we look forward to following your career. Thanks for listening to
Thank you
ThaBoxing
very
Voice.
much.
For the video, feel free to hit the like, subscribe, and share. As always, if you want to support us to the next level, head over to the patreon.com/ThaBoxingVoice. We have tons of exclusive from Border Wars, entitled betting shows. The list goes on and on and on. But in addition to that, if you guys have questions for fighters, trainers, and promoters, this is where you can submit them. We will run out, get these questions answered, and put it back on the show just for you guys. Appreciate it. Peace.